Homeopathy, the natural alternative to medicine, has been practiced in the UK for over hundreds of years, yet not much is known about it.
People say I don't know what homeopathy is.
I think homeopathic remedies are really important.
Psychological stuff, like you think it's working when it's not.
I don't really have an opinion.
I don't know what homeopathy is.
Well, it's worked every time I've used it.
It worked. It worked for me basically, but obviously it's a lot of stuff in your head.
It can be good.
And my mum's a homeopath, so I'm kind of biased.
Oh, I don't know what it is. What's homeopathy?
This documentary will explore exactly what homeopathy is and the common attitudes towards it. In order to gain a well-rounded view of homeopathy, we need to find out what being a homeopath involves.
My eldest daughter hadn't been vaccinated at all, and when we came back from Spain, I took her to the doctors who vaccinated her fully, and within a couple of weeks she developed asthma, and the doctor told me that I had to give her a drug called Ventolin. And at that time, so we're talking now 23 years ago, I was absolutely devastated to think that the baby would have to be on a drug for the rest of her life. A friend of mine had had a similar experience, and she recommended a homeopath to me.
My dad kind of wanted me to become a doctor. His brother was got a well-known cosmetic surgeon, and my mum is quite left, sort of liberal left-wing, and I think I combine the two things perfectly. And I've become a sort of an alternative left-wing doctor.
So what it involves is me doing a lot of studying. Whenever I see a patient, I take a full medical history from them. So from birth to see if we can work out why their body is showing the symptoms they're showing and where their illness comes from. And then what happens is I choose remedies, and I often use supplements as well. And I may give them some lifestyle changes, and I may recommend some dietary changes which will help with their overall health. And so once you plug yourself into an alternative therapist, you can work in the same way that a doctor works.
From this we can see that the role of a homeopath shares many characteristics with doctors. Why is it that homeopathy isn't trusted as much in today's society as conventional medicines?
I haven't specifically used it because I would use more conventional drugs and medicines and therapies. Patients will have attended homeopathic doctors and they will come in asking opinions, so I see patients who use it, but I wouldn't actively use it myself. Exceptional circumstances, it's normally only when conventional medicines have failed and not come up with an answer that people would then turn to homeopathy from my side of practice. So I think the time that's spent with the homeopath themselves can be beneficial in itself, not only what the medicine they prescribe.
Unless young people have been introduced to homeopathy by their parents or family members, they do not seem to have a broad knowledge of the practices. This could be because conventional medicine seems to be the most practical and reliable method.
It's a good alternative to kind of conventional medicine. I find it treats the cause of problems rather than just treating the symptoms, which I find is the case with conventional medicine. And homeopathy goes right to the root of it, and it's just quite a gentle way of solving problems.
Cause and effect.
Yeah, because I guess normal sort of medicine does just sort of cover up the symptom until your body sorts itself out. Doesn't really get to it, or at least that's what I've heard. So
it damages your immune system as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The only time I've tried it is when I had insomnia, but I didn't find it really worked very well. I mean, it was good because it's bad to keep taking more and more sleeping pills.
Yeah.
Which are addictive, but no, I don't know.
Not helpful.
It didn't help really.
Yeah, I guess sometimes your body will have things that you just can't do anything about, regardless. So
and with homeopathy as well, it's quite a lot about experimenting.
So where does homeopathy stand in the future?
In India, homeopaths and doctors work together in hospitals and medical centres. So they go around together and they'll discuss a case together, and the doctor and the homeopath will decide together what's the best course of action for a patient. And they treat millions of people and they have fantastic results. I would love it if that happened here. But here in England we really have a case where homeopathy is rubbished continuously. and it's not considered mainstream. So that's a difficult thing to foresee.